Radio Elefante. Hit the piñata and win. Okay. All right, so let's roll out. Let's roll out. This is actually really interesting. I'm glad we came out here. We're actually out in the middle of the desert. That is very real. And we're here at Precision Tile and Coping. We're taking you back at least 100 years in swimming pool construction. This is handmade, hand-packed coping material and handmade castings. Each one of these rows is a different casting. It's going to represent a different radius. It's also going to represent a different angle of coping piece. So let's go. I'm going to show you what's up. So these castings produce these coping pieces of various degrees and various radii. That's the plural of radius, radii. Okay, and then this is going to be a different degree of slope all the way to completely flat. The type of coping that this is called prefab, short for prefabricated. That is different than raw material. Raw material would be pallets of stone that you purchase, deliver to the job, that gets cut up on the job and installed that way. This is fabricated off-site. This is produced off-site, then brought on-site. So each one of these pieces is hand-packed. You have control over the color, you have control over the thickness, you have control over the radius or the radii, and you have control over the degree of slope all the way to totally flat, or what's called safety edge, which would have a high degree of slope here. Here you can see one, or a whole bunch, that are still in the casting. So this is the piece in the casting. It's casted in negative form, so bottom side up, face side down. So this will be removed from the casting and flipped over, and that is the finished piece, actually. So then each one of these castings is oiled. Okay, so these are going to be brushed down with an oil, so that these will then be able to break free. That's, I believe, called a releasing agent or releasing compound. But what the fuck do I know? I'm Lebanese. When you're Lebanese, what they do is they call a quadruple lobotomy. So when you're born, they open you up and they remove your entire brain. And they install it with a domestic abuser. So you have the brain of a domestic abuser to be Lebanese. So that's basically it. Marhaba. Marhaba. So the other thing you're getting with prefabricated coping pieces, you're getting control over the degree, you're getting control over the radius, and then the last thing you're getting control over is the color. I mean, fantastic, right? And here we see an entire field of different color coping pieces. So if you want true customization on your swimming pool project, if you want true creative control, it's going to be prefabricated coping pieces, such as you're seeing here from Precision Tile and Coping in Palmdale, California. Yeah, baby, Shaka, throw the horns. So what I like to do is I actually like to take you around a little bit and show you this guy's operation. So when I say let's take it all the way over there. That's, I think, where he starts. So here's an example of a rose colored coping selection. Moving over here, you see we're dealing with shorter pieces. These are going to be corner pieces, also different colors. This is going to be like a very dark gray. Here we have like a beige or a sand color. Here we're back up to white. Also corner pieces. Each one of these molds has a different job. It's holding a different piece, for example, if you want to think of it that way. So this is the start of his process. This is where they're mixing the batches. Everything is mixed on site. They're preparing the materials, and then they're pouring the castings, moving down this way. So this is the prefabricated process. Fabricated on site, custom built to order, made to order, one at a time by hand. So we have the sand cement, the mixer, and this is the start of the process. Then we move on down the line. These are darker pieces. These are flat, so no degree of slope. These are going to be completely square, blocky look. These look to be black material, bullnose front. So bullnose front, no degree, flat on top, prefabricated coping pieces, and then you get and then all different variations from here, color variations, square nose, bullnose front. You get what's called the racer's edge or whatever, something like that. You get this, you can change all this. Yeah, so here's another example of some different edges you get. These pieces are going to be smaller. I think these would be wall toppers. These would go for like the top of a block wall, if we can envision that. So we get that also in the prefabricated process, wall toppers. So you're taking the pieces off the line and washing them, getting them ready for delivery to the client. Is that right? So here they're taking the pieces off the line. Pieces are coming off the castings, and this boogery stuff is called slag. Concrete slag is a common term, and you're going to wash that off, and they're washing it off in these basins. It looks to be some sort of solvent, perhaps a light acid wash. Washing it off in these bins, and then they're palletizing the material, getting it prepared for delivery to the client, to the job site. I'm going to make a whole video just for you, senor.
Thank you.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember you.
Yes, I make the YouTube videos for everybody. So we're breaking the forms right now. We're earlier on in the process. So I've taken you through the whole process. Over there we showed the stuff coming off the line. This is much earlier on in the process. So here we're breaking the molds. These are square pieces, so they're flat on top, bullnose on the front. All these molds are made by hand, right, senor?
Yeah,
so everything made by hand. And then you put an oil. You have to put a releaser on these, right?
Yeah.
Are you going to break these off right now?
No. We gotta wait at least 1 day.
Have to wait 1 day. You want to take us through your process, like 2 minutos, 3 minutos? You want to tell us how it goes?
Well, first we gotta clean the mold. After that, we gotta put the sideboards around, and then we put the oil in the mixture, and we have to work by hand to make the stone smooth. After that, we have to cover them, and the next day we remove sideboards and everything and leave them dry for another day.
So cuántos días, how many days from start to finish for normal pool, 100 linear feet pool?
Like a week.
1 week?
Yeah, we gotta let them cure before do the acid wash.
And that's what they're doing over there. They're doing the light acid wash.
Yeah.
and prepare for the customer.
Yeah. Yeah, they getting ready over there.
Órale. Okay. Okay, listo, thank you. So you're only going to see this like out in this region. He's got like 5 competitors that are much larger than him that he's up against. Oh. But everyone ships out from here, nationwide. You know, like from this region. From
So I have a question. So how do they make the molds? Do they make them by hand? Or
yeah,
do they,
he made them. He made all these. He made all these molds have been made by himself. Yeah, I mean, he's been out here for a long time doing this, you know, and he said that, and they're all packed by hand as well, which is also a process, you know. So these were all packed and, you know, assembled by hand. Listo, thank you, senor. This by far, by a huge margin, would be the premium building choice for pool coping. So if cost is not an issue, and you just want the best, Mike, we want the best, I'm going to send you to this video. You know, this rack of molds, and, you know, because, look, this looks like garbage? No way. No, this all has a little purpose. You know, that's why it hasn't been thrown away. That's how he's figuring this stuff out. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's that unique.